fantasy, let the stories feed your soul. Hear the echoes, find the patterns, every truth, each hidden role. From the bench to the whispers, where the gavel takes its toll. There's a rhythm in the verdict, echoes from the cubby hole. Echoes, echoes from the cubby hole, where justice swings and stories unfold. Echoes, echoes, feed your soul. We're talking truth from the cubby hole.
Welcome, everyone, back to your favorite cubbyhole on the internet. Here we are at Hump Day. At least I think it is Hump Day. I can't always tell. Sometimes the days just fly by so quickly, I have no idea what day it is, but I think it is still Wednesday. And luckily, today I am not alone. Thank God, because there's lots to cover. So, join me, everybody, in welcoming to the cubbyhole, Mr. Jeep Daddy himself.
Hi.
Welcome back, sir.
I'm back.
I'm back.
Can't get rid of me that quickly.
I know. Well, I whined on one of my last ones. Like, I feel so lonely here. And then I started singing, all by myself.
Oh, that's going to be worth a rewatch.
I know. Well, I can't remember which one it is now. I think it was either the last one or the one before. And Bruce
I'll find it and
popped
clip
in.
it, and I'll share it for a while.
Yes,
and,
clip
that's
it
fine.
and
Yeah.
embarrass me terribly.
Well, that's what I'm good at. That's why we're friends.
Well, of course. Well,
Well,
that's
one of many reasons why we're friends.
Let me count the ways.
Yes.
1, 1,000, 2, 1,000. God. Okay, so you got to tell me a little more about this background you have chosen this evening.
So yes, this is from last year with the Jeep Club, or the off-roading club that I belong to. We went on a midnight New Year's Eve run, and we went out closer
Midnight?
to, so we actually did, like, we ran
So it
in
was
the
like
rang in the
New
new
Year's
year.
Eve. Oh my God.
New Year's Eve, we departed, and we went up and started snow wheeling, and went up and it's kind of towards by Snoqualmie Pass or so, right off of US Highway 2. There's some really gorgeous places up there and some Jeep trails. And so we found some okay snow and went up and snagged a couple photos. And I mean, yeah,
That's
it's as
not
pretty
bad.
as it kind of appears here on camera.
All it's missing is some Christmas lights and some random trees somewhere. And you just go, oh, it's magical.
It's true. Although one of the rigs had one of the disco color ball things on the top of their car, their Jeep, and had that
Disco
on.
color ball thing.
So it was multicolored, and it was shining light all over the trees and everything, and it was actually really, really cool. So yeah, we did have a little Christmassy sort of thing, but yeah,
Karen Cars says that's Sasquatch territory.
it is.
Have you seen any Sasquatches yet? Or is that
I have not.
Is that plural of Sasquatch? Sasquatches?
I'm not sure. I go with the
I'm not sure either.
I go with the Trailer Park Boys pronunciation of the Sam Squanch, and that's
The what?
because the Sam Squanch. That's what Bubbles calls it.
I've never heard that.
Oh my
What the
God.
hell is that? Is
I've
that
got
like,
to.
Wench, go make me a sandwich? I mean, does it come
No,
from
no, no,
that?
no. It's just it.
Oh, no.
If Trailer Park Boys, if you know, you know. It echoes. If you have not seen this, then I might ruin your life one of the times that we actually get together in person and introduce you to said phenomenon. But
I'm
yes,
frightened.
one of the characters in there calls Sasquatch calls it Sam Squanch because he's a little goofy. They're all a little goofy, but this one's
I
kind
thought
of
I was
goofy.
white trash enough, middle class white trash enough. So I guess this somehow passed me by.
Yeah, you're just missing out on life.
Oh, let's see. Oh, Karen's giving me all Sasquai. That could be Karen. I don't know. And Karen also agrees with watching
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys. Okay, so I guess I'm missing out on some social awareness items. So
We'll get you caught up
there
to
we are.
10 years ago. That's okay.
Well, it's just like when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to watch South Park. So I'm very behind in that. So when everyone anyone tries to make a South Park reference, especially when they're like directing it at me and calling me someone from South Park, in sort of a derogatory way, it's just over my head. So, like my detractors, someone's made a meme of me and says, "Oh, how life imitates art" or something, and like, what?
Really?
Is that South Park? I might have to share that screenshot with you sometime.
Yeah, send it over. I'll let. I'll
There's
see
a few. There's a few. I'm like, should I know who these characters are? I don't get the. I know you're trying to be insulting and posting this to me, but I don't get the reference, so it's totally lost. So
Yeah, it's like the effect is lost. Okay, yeah. Well, some of your detractors in those orbits are kind of dumb, or very dumb.
This goes without saying.
Well, yes.
And how they're not in prison themselves. Well, maybe we can make that happen. I don't know.
That's probably
deep
another
into my bank
series.
account?
No,
Oh,
that's
no.
it's an entirely new
that
series.
might be part of our forthcoming segment that we're starting to develop here.
Yes,
So we'll see. We'll see.
we'll see.
Oh God, are you ready for more Laura Owens? Have you had enough yet?
Yes,
Is
maybe.
now-
No, I don't know. Actually, no. Have I had enough for any of Laura Owens' bullshit? No,
Okay.
never.
Well,
But
let's get
that's-
caught up on current
That's why I've got
events.
this, and I've got
You've
backups
got a
and
bottle
reserves,
sitting
so-
nearby, right?
and a straw.
A bottle, a
please,
straw,
please-
and some bubbly bitch beer just in case for backup.
Just in case. But please entertain me.
I had the idea rather late that maybe we need to show you the trial, the paternity trial where she was on the witness stand and everything.
Oh my.
So if this goes way too quickly, then we'll just dive into some more movie watching, so you can kind of keep getting caught up.
Okay. Yep, Jeep
But
Daddy's
that one might
reactions.
leave you
That's great.
traumatized. Oh yeah, everyone loved watching you react last time.
Great.
I'm getting
I am
great
here-
ratings bringing you here.
I am here for your and your audience's amusements. That is totally fine.
Oh, my audience is wonderful.
They
We
are. They are
share
delightful.
audience with some other people, but it's fascinating. I've been encountering some new people that I've never heard before talking about this, and they're going back, and they're not only just looking at some of the the movies, hot footage from before, so like the trial and some of the body cam and that kind of thing. They're going back and they're looking at like the litany of Medium blog postings Laura made, just trash talking everybody and everything. And, oh, woe is me, Laura Owens. I'm just this poor, abused woman that's been taken advantage of by all these hot men. But they all got me pregnant and they all abused me and they all did things to me. So don't believe a word they say, that justice for Clayton cult. I've forgotten how funny some of it is and how cringe some of the rest of it is. So I don't know. We may have to do a little bit of that too. We can do some readers theater, and I don't know who you would pretend to read, but I could always put on Laura Owens' voice and annoy people with some reading, but I won't do that right now. Because there's
Well, at that point, I'll probably just outsource that to ChatGPT. Because
Well, you could.
yeah,
You could.
apparently that's a thing even in the legal world.
Well, we get a little bit more creative here on the YouTubes, and we just use AI voices, or
perfect.
modeled voices or whatever. It annoys some of my subscribers to no end when they hear some of those voices, because some of them are almost too real. I think I've spent time sort of tweaking them here and there as we go along. But that's just the way it is. I get bored with some of it, so I've got to use some voices, and I can't listen back to them because the latency on this system is just ridiculous. So I just kind of have to hit a button and hope it works, and sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's voice mod for you. So let's talk about today's news.
Okay.
Oh, very good, Karen. I love that. You have to practice your Laura Owens vocal fry. I can't do it very well. Megan Fox does it better because she's female, number one, and she just a drop of Valley Girl, sort of SoCal Valley Girl, and some vocal fry. That's Laura Owens right there. It's perfect. Megan Fox has it. I just want to model Megan's voice doing Laura Owens, and I'd be happy forever, or at least until this case concludes and someone's in prison. But I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, so the latest news. I'm not going to tell you the news. I'm just going to start playing you the news. What am I trying to say? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday, people. Get over it. I'm tripping over my tongue, and it's not even Friday yet. Okay, so this is how sort of the week started. Actually, I think it was yesterday, but here's how things begin, and we'll carry on with how this goes, because this is just wild stuff.
Okay. This is CR 2025-006-831, State versus Laura Owens. Time set for a complex case management conference. Covered appearances, please.
Jennifer Lett on behalf of Ed Leiter for the state, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sandra Schutz with Kolsrud Law Offices on behalf of Laura Michelle Owens. She's out of custody and present, standing to my left.
All right. Ma'am, can I get your name and date of birth, please?
Laura Owens, 5/14/1990.
Okay, thanks. I did get the complex case management report. Then I also got Ms. Schutz's motion to withdraw. Ms. Owens, I know you wanted to appear here virtually, but now that the counsel issue came up, need you here in person to figure out what we're going to do moving forward. So what I'm going to do is I will grant that motion to withdraw. Ms. Owens, was your intention to hire another attorney, or how did you want to proceed?
Your Honor, I'm going to need to have a public defender.
Okay, so I did review a previously submitted financial affidavit and reviewed my previous determination regarding imminency, regarding appointments of experts. I'm just going to affirm that finding. I'm going to appoint the Office of Public Defense Services to represent Ms. Owens. Ms. Schutz, you're going to be relieved of any further obligations in this matter. What I'll do we have a availability next week for a status conference?
Where's the article your week?
Well, that is Thanksgiving. How about the following week?
December 2nd at 9:10.
All right, so Ms. Owens, there's a little bit of administrative delay between my appointment and when they actually assign a lawyer. I'm going to set a status conference for December 2nd at 9:10. By that time, that administrative proceeding should have occurred. You'll have your new lawyer. They should be here to meet with you on that date, and we can discuss our future dates moving forward. There is a chance, though, since whatever lawyer gets appointed may not be available that day, that I might have to move that date slightly. So if you could give us your contact information, give that to my courtroom assistant. What we'll do is we will forward that to the attorney that is appointed to represent you, and also that way they can get in communication with you if you have to move that date. Got it? Okay, but December 2nd at 9 o'clock is a date you need to be here in person.
Okay.
If you don't show up, a warrant could issue for your arrest. All right, I think that's pretty much all we can do today, given the status of her attorney. Thank you. We are in recess in this matter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As skinny as a toothpick.
God, she turns sideways. I could barely see her.
She's less than 86 pounds, I think, now. I think it's a Hunger Games hunger strike sort of thing.
Maybe.
She just keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner. Allegedly, she's got an eating disorder. Allegedly. December 2nd is going to be very busy there.
So it would seem, and it just seems like this is one more moment in kicking said can down the road.
Well, it's funny because on the same day, she's got another hearing for her judgment debtor status. So the near $200,000 she owes former Bachelor Clayton Eckerd for losing the last volley of nonsense she put herself through. I don't know how she's going to juggle all these appearances unless the timing just happens to work out in the day. And as if that's not enough, I think December 2nd is also when Dingus the Douche Canoe
The fucking douche canoe.
is also supposed to appear for yet another DUI hearing, I think. I think there's multiple goings on December 2nd in the courthouse.
Wow. That's like the dipshit day right there between Ello and Ginger Idiot or whatever the frick his name is.
Well, yes, and since he's become kind of lonely, I guess that's why he's very active and posting on his company blog page. Yeah. So there's the initial news that Laura Owens lost her criminal defense attorney, Kolsrud Law, at the beginning of the week, and there's more to it than that. So you heard the judge say that she wanted to appear remotely.
Yes.
So Oh, it went away. Come back here. My share screen just disappeared on me. Bad StreamYard. It's just not nice. Okay, there we go. I thought all I had to do was, change
The joy
tab.
of doing it live.
Do
Okay,
it
well,
live. No, it gives
yeah.
everyone great entertainment when things don't go quite right.
Of course.
It's clunky. This whole point and click interface is clunky. It's worse than Apple stuff.
No.
I was griping about my fruit phone to somebody earlier this week, and I said, "Oh, ignore me. That was a fruit phone blunder." So
Pretty sure that might have been a user issue, but yeah. Anyway,
everyone
please
says that.
continue.
No, it wasn't. It was something else. So Laura Owens, as you've probably figured out, my friend, has this penchant for not wanting to actually show up in court.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of a thing.
So her habit is to try and do everything remotely because, of course, if you aren't in court, then there's far less chance of them remanding you into custody should something go sideways. So right from the get-go, she didn't want to appear, and she was going to let, I guess, Sandra Schutz, representing Kolsrud Law Offices, just show up, and she would show up on a screen like she tried to do in California, and she didn't do that, and then it got dismissed because she was hiding. So we'll get into some of the theories about why she has lost her legal defense, or at least, until they get the public defender's office to assign somebody to him. I hate to be that guy. Or lady.
Oof.
Hopefully it's a lady, as the case may be. Anybody else, she might accuse them of getting pregnant or some nonsense. We don't know. I'm surprised it hasn't happened from the body cam footage where they raided her house. Your Honor, those police officers got me pregnant by grabbing me by the wrist. You're hurting me. I'm pregnant.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's what she does.
That
She's
is
just
her
crazy.
playbook.
So the documents of her trying to hide from the court online or virtually have popped up. So here we have this one, which was, filed on the 17th. So, a few days ago, like the day before the hearing. Yeah. And I'll just read through all the nonsense because I'm a completionist that way. Laura Owens, by and through undersigned counsel, respectfully requests this court allow her to appear virtually at the Complex Case Management Conference presently set for November 18th at 9 a.m. That was what we just watched. Short and sweet, wasn't it?
Yep.
Miss Owens has been the subject of repeated online posts made by supporters of the alleged victim in this case. Boo-hoo. Boo-hoo.
Yeah.
The postings and comments are generally very negative in nature and have caused Miss Owens and her family to... where did I go? I lost it, damn it. Family concern about their safety. I don't think anyone wants to show up. Yeah, isn't it, though? Due to the nature of the online postings immediately before the CPTC in this matter on August 11, 2025, defense counsel requested that additional security staff be present in the courtroom for the CPTC.
All right.
And as you can see, News 12 of Arizona got a camera in. Are we fearing for our life with the media watching every move she makes?
I mean, fearing for her reputation, perhaps, as a lying bitch, but, hey, that's...
Yes. Oh, God, I wish I had that queued up. I don't. Okay, I'm not going to go diving for it. Her Facebook boohoo crocodile tears. I've no reputation, no name. Steve called me a dumbass. I've got it. It's in my files, but I have to go finding it. I need staff. The cubbyhole needs some staff to organize my sorry ass on this nonsense. I've probably got 200 files already.
Yeah.
No, you're not my staff. You're too far away. I mean, I could drag work up, but then we'll just have to set up cubbyhole studios in your house, and that's just too much work for me.
Too much work for me, too. Please continue.
Oh, let's see. I wonder if they did have extra security staff. Hey, Rob, who's an Arizona local, and he's been going to the courthouse watching all this stuff and pulling filings. Thank you, Rob. You're amazing. He pays for the whatever it is, $3 copying fees and all that other crap. So anything that drops in Arizona, he's getting it uploaded and getting it, and he's watching all the hearings as they happen too. So Rob's a good guy. He's kind of funny. He seems to be a very Italian fellow, very boisterous, very entertaining. Go check out Rob's channel, chat, and everybody else. If you haven't, he's talking about this practically daily at times where most of the rest of us, have day jobs and things like that. I don't know what he does. That's not a dig. It's just, he's just doing it. And I tune in when I'm doing work because it's like, whoa, what's the latest insanity out of the Phoenix Valley? Is that what it's called? Phoenix and Scottsdale and is it the Valley?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Something, I don't know. It's just desert.
Arizona was only a layover for me in an airplane. I've never stopped there. Oh, let's see what else. Undersigned counsel believes that a virtual appearance would be more practical and in the interest of justice, as it would reduce the need for additional security staff, prevent unnecessary disruptions, and ensure orderly proceedings. Well, none of these have been disorderly, and practically nobody has shown up there. And let's see, counsel for the state, Ed Leiter, has been contacted regarding this motion and has indicated he takes no position. Well, that's too bad. Based on the foregoing, Ms. Owens respectfully wants to appear, and she was denied because, well, her legal people were leaving.
Yeah.
Not good for her.
Nope.
I keep hoping she's going to go pro se. She'll go like full sovereign citizen and be a living woman walking on the land, and only she can represent herself. That's what I keep hoping for. Because
That would be absolutely delightful and make for fantastic TV.
Beautiful content. I'm
Wouldn't it,
told
though?
there's going to be like a Netflix sort of documentary of this whole bullshit, all of it.
I mean,
I'm
this is
told.
ripe
A
for
little
the
bird
picking.
has told me.
This is ripe material for that. This is like one of the other high profile Netflix ones. It was out several years ago. I don't remember, something about a clockmaker or something, or repair person. I don't know. Yes, this is that and then some, like pregnancy scandal, series. I'd watch it.
Well, it won't quite be a Hallmark movie, I don't think.
No, that
Erica,
has a happy ending.
Usually, this isn't going to be a happy ending for her. I'm pretty sure of it. Erica Murphy says, I hate talking about her physical appearance, but she is not looking good. No, you're absolutely right, Erica. She is not looking good. But as we know, she's doing it to herself. And strangely enough, if she does indeed have an eating disorder, no one in her family seems to give a shit either, which is equally as disturbing to me. No, I don't know. The way they parent, I just don't understand. I think they're absentee parents.
I mean, maybe there's a lot of different parenting styles out there, and
Well, we think mom is the accomplice and dad is, kind of bedridden, but he is somewhat mobile. But he's, his mobility is limited too, as we saw with the walker he never uses and the chair he never sits in and all that stuff that you got to see last time.
I mean, if he is as big of a celebrity in that area as he was purported to be, that usually means that he's too busy to do parent things and others parachute in, and all that stuff. Not to, disparage any of that, because, like, again, everybody's got their way of what they need to do. But yeah, it's definitely like.
Well, in the last episode that I popped on, and you were busy, you were doing car show things.
I was looking at shiny new cars.
I know. We learned from another content creator that Megan Fox, as a matter of fact, that she got some inside information that the older daughter, Sister Sarah, is the favorite of him, and Laura is mom's favorite. And so mom and Laura were out doing horsey things, and Ron and his daughter were kind of doing other things. So his and hers daughters, I think, is kind of what happened there.
Oh, it's him.
And Erica says, this is the next Don't Fuck with Cats. I like cats. I don't catch the reference. Is that a show? I don't know.
I just know that cats usually are plotting murders and things, but yes, I don't get the reference either.
I certainly don't. This could be true. I don't think they let her in the main house. Well, we know, K-Dubs, that the casita is awfully busy with it being her own domain. And we know that she doesn't even know which chair Dad sits in the house. So that much we do know. I think they kind of lead separate lives, except when they're in cahoots and co-conspirating. But that's my opinion. Let's see. What else? LSB, after watching Tiff Dog's stream, I don't think Jan's exhausted with her. Well, not yet, but if mom is in fact named the accomplice, and that's my view of what could happen. I know I'm couching terms because we don't know. We don't know all the things that the Maricopa County Attorney's Office is planning for all of this. We certainly realize that there's a lot of charges, and there could even be more criminal charges coming down the line for at least Laura, maybe some others in the family. We don't know yet. But I'm not going to get ahead of myself because we've got more about the family that I'm going to talk about in just a minute. So that was all of her wanting to not appear in person, even though, did the judge tell her to appear at everything? I'm trying to remember back.
In that clip, or?
No, before.
No.
She has to now until such time as she has representation and she's given leave not to appear from the court. Otherwise, wouldn't that be a shame? Oh, she didn't show up. Okay, let's, go get her. Go get her. Go get out the silver bracelets. Yep. What a pity that would be, wouldn't it?
For shame.
So now, as kind of the part B to the video footage there by News 12 of Arizona, we've got a little more insight on what happened. So some people have already thought of this. I thought about this yesterday morning, and I didn't want to pop on last night. I was just feeling lazy. I could have beat everyone to the punch and got the scoop for, doing a little insight as to why she may have lost her criminal defense attorney. I think I know what the biggest one is. I'll bet everyone else does too. But here is the motion for them to withdraw. So we've got the paperwork to back it up. Do you want to read, or should I do all the reading? Can you read this? Can you read that tiny screen?
No, you do it. You've got the big print over there. This is your fine. This is your show, Echoes. You do it. You take center stage.
Okay, but you can't just be the stool pigeon, just sort of yapping off to the right. You have to participate.
I am participating by drinking and making snarky comments, but please continue.
Don't make me play it. We're not ready for that yet. Don't make me play it. We need to have some sort of row where we're going back and forth at each other. That'll be like our tiebreaker.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, time out.
Yeah.
They need 2.5 minutes to cool off.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody. So here is the motion for Kolsrud Law Offices to withdraw as being attorney of record. Some of the verbiage of lawyer speak it just sounds so
the formalities and pomp and circumstances is just, yeah.
I guess we inherited it from colonization or something. I don't know. Comes now, defendant Laura Michelle Owens. We really don't need to hear her being referenced as coming now because, well, maybe that's Clayton Eckert, but never mind. Okay, Laura Michelle Owens, through counsel and pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rule 6.3C2B, respectfully moves this court for an order allowing Joshua Kolsrud, Sandra Schutz, and the Kolsrud Law Offices to withdraw as attorneys of record in this matter. Professional considerations require termination of representation pursuant to the Arizona Rules of Professional Conduct, ER 1.16, and see the Maricopa County Public Defender, blah, 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 that case there. The lawyer's statement that professional considerations require termination of the representation ordinarily should be accepted as sufficient to withdraw from or to order withdrawal from representation. And pursuant to Arizona Rules of Criminal Procedure, Rule 6.2a, Ms. Owens requests the court permit her to proceed in forma pauperis and appoint her legal representation for the remainder of the proceedings, based on the foregoing requested by Kolsrud Law Offices, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, a lot of people when this first dropped, they just read it and went, oh, she's lost her attorney and they're giving her a public defender. Yes, but we have some insights as to why. Now, it's not clear cut because I think there are some attorney-client privilege issues here. So they didn't just spell it out in, the Queen's English or plain English, as the case may be. So let's first start with some of the rules and definitions because that's important and that gives us some hints. It doesn't tell us everything, but it at least gives us hints. And I think I will do some speculating on top of that.
Excellent.
So let's see. Arizona 6.3 is this one. And let's see. Can I embiggen a little bit? There we go.
There we go.
6.3b, which is the duty of continuing representation. See, am I reading that right? 6.3C2B. Sorry, I missed one. C, withdrawal. There it is. C2B. And it's for ethical grounds.
Yeah, interesting.
Sherlock a clue. Let's see. If the case is set for trial, after the case is set for trial, the court may not permit counsel to withdraw unless counsel files a motion that provides. And that's the semicolon. So we've got ethical grounds. Excellent.
Okay.
So that's one thing. And then ER16, withdrawal from representation. And this is written by David Dodge. I think he may be a practicing attorney in the Arizona area. This comes from myazbar.org for those of you playing the home game. And I'm going to read a little bit of this because this is somewhat insightful stuff about withdrawing from a case. Unless you want to read. No.
I yield.
Maybe if you hold your wine glass up to the screen a little bit, you could read it.
Well, now that it's empty, I actually can see through it. But
Uh-oh. Do we need an intermission already? Holy shit.
Nope. I've got my backup. You're good.
Okay. Where's your sommelier? Is he cute?
Sadly, it's an unrequited affection for my particular sommelier. And
anybody I
I'm forced
know? Well, it's not me.
No, you're not. Maybe you could point me in the correct direction of the best grape juice out there, but that's not really what I'm after. So,
Well, I'm not allowed grape juice. That's like a sugar bomb waiting to happen, and I can't do that.
Yeah.
Not allowed.
Yep.
So let's see. I'm just going to read it until I get bored. I mean, it's not substantively lengthy. So it says, most of us are so concerned with marketing, our legal services, and ethical considerations involved that it is sometimes easy to overlook the fact that terminating a professional relationship is also subject to the Arizona rules of professional conduct. If you are considering withdrawing from a case or terminating your representation of a client, you should first read ER 1.6 of the ARPC. That rule provides that you shall withdraw from representation of a client if the representation will result in a violation of the rules of professional conduct or other law, as in where current clients have conflicting interests, where your physical or mental condition impairs your ability to represent the client, or where you have been discharged. These obligations are mandatory. ER 116 states essentially that you may withdraw from representing a client if it can be accomplished without material adverse effect on the client's interests, if you believe that the client's conduct is criminal or fraudulent, the client has used your services to perpetuate a crime or fraud, the client insists on conduct that you find repugnant or imprudent, the client fails substantially to fulfill an obligation to you regarding your services, i.e., won't pay. Continued representation in the matter will impose an unreasonable financial burden on you or for other good cause. And then this carries on with some other sort of framework and other potential case law. I thought that was sufficient enough. We know right now that she is indignant. Indignant. Yes, she's indignant, but she's indigent.
Yes, that is true. But yes, she's
both
also
can be true,
pretty fucking
even if I pronounce it incorrectly.
Yes.
And we know that Family Owens is filed for bankruptcy, and we'll talk about the latest developments there in just a second, because there are some developments. If you haven't heard that, folks, it's breaking news. So we'll get there. GingerBites. If you're waiting for GingerBites is going to be last. I'm putting him on hold till the end because sometimes he gets too much airtime. So, important things first, and he's at the bottom of my totem pole on things that are important. So it is my hunch that after the initial retainer, which I'm sure we've blown through with the first 7 felony indictments, when the next 7 felony indictments were added, they went, oh shit, this is going to double or more the cost of litigating this. And I think they tapped out for financial reasons.
It would, given the history there, it sure would seem that way. I mean, because theoretically, defense attorneys know whether or not they're in that statement there. It talks about whether or not they're committing a crime or that sort of thing and everything. But yeah, defense attorneys are supposed to know. It's the whole point of attorney-client privilege. You're supposed to tell the truth, and that you have that confidentiality between you and your attorneys. And so if it's a matter of guilt or not guilt, what she's communicating to said attorneys, then it's like, okay, so what else is it? Clearly, it's like with her outstanding $200,000 debt to some other firm, I guess, or whatever. And
Clayton Eckerd, a judgment against her in the paternity case.
So she clearly can't pay that. How on God's green earth is she going to pay another law firm to continue to defend? Because that's not a countersuit. That's just the pure defense. There's no settlement involved in that. Again,
Right.
theoretically. So that's just a pure expense. That's not even take 1/3 of my $1 million winnings and go, they go back and do the thing. So, yeah.
A number of us speculate where some of the money came for this initial defense push from here. Let me bring this up. Now, we don't have total confirmation this is the case, but many of us suspect that this is the case. This started, this GoFundMe for Daddy Ron Owens happened just before she was indicted. And it happened, I believe did this get started in December of last year? Is that right? I'm trying to remember exactly when it happened now. Anyhow, this kind of came out of the blue, and their goal is $140,000, which by my initial calculations is about right for an initial criminal defense retainer. Not that I'm not a practicing attorney. We just kind of pay attention to what things cost other people that we watch stories about and all the money they spend. Clayton Eckerd's paternity matter for his side of expenses was about $150,000. And that was a bunch of writing motions and pleadings and showing up for a 2-hour trial. So criminal defense with 7 felonies is probably at least this. And I think the math kind of makes itself, pretty clear. So I think they tapped out after the additional 7 felonies dropped, and they realized how much expense that was going to create for them. And the firm decided that they were not going to give Laura Owens a free legal gift. Probably, I would say after everything's said and done, I would guess it's going to push $500,000 for this kind of criminal defense for 2 separate cases of 7 felonies that could get merged into one large trial. We're talking like almost a month of trial.
Oh, at least.
Yeah. I think I projected 3 weeks.
Well, these stall tactics that are clearly present of like, oh, I want to appear virtually. That's going to take a couple weeks to sort out. Oh, I need a new attorney. Now I need a public defender. Oh, that's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to sort out. Oh, there's Thanksgiving involved. Oh, okay. I mean, I could hear it in that judge's, like, there's almost this sigh that was there between the things of just like, oh, for fuck's sake, we're delaying again. Like, kind of his hand is forced, and I mean, rightfully so, everybody deserves equal treatment under the law, et cetera, but like there is definitely like this whole sigh of just like again, like she's trying to drag this shit out as long as she possibly can.
Well, she is the queen of stalling. Zoc says I vote for the repugnant thing. So do I. Absolutely. Yep. And Loud Little Ducky, hi Ducky, says, oops, I'm getting 2 different things. Let's start with that one. Ducky says if she has an attorney that she is actually, and wait, oh God, I can't read. Maybe I'll have to change some of the background colors. If she told an attorney that she is actually guilty of these things, the attorney cannot get up in front of the court or the judge or jury and claim that she's innocent and didn't do these things. That's absolutely true, Ducky. That's why defense attorneys don't like to know the details. They just kind of make their case and take their swings and whatever they need to do. And Ducky also says that would be illegal and unethical. That's true. And the lawyer would have no choice but to withdraw from the case. They cannot get up there and lie on behalf of their client if they know saying it is a lie. Yes, indeed. Yes. And, that's why David Gingras was always saying, oh, before my time. I don't think David Gingras didn't know. I think he did know some things, but he pretended not to. because that presents all kinds of problems if you're representing somebody and you know too much and you make misrepresentations to the court as an officer of the court. So you cannot do that. That is verboten. So anyhow, the royal we, many of us think that this pot of money that was supposed to be for Ron Owens, that claimed it was for 4 bouts of cancer and colon cancer and where is it? Where they kind of say it's for all these medical struggles and the financial strain and so on and so on and so on. You know, it's all emotional stuff. My second pitch, reading this again a few times, is that Mama Owens wrote this GoFundMe.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, it was always kind of a debate. Is Laura doing it? Is Mom doing it? Is Laura doing it? Is Mom doing it? Because Laura's, you know, the sort of the millennial social media-ite.
Sure.
But just kind of the sort of polished emotional manipulation in here reads more like Mom to me now. So I think the writing here, playing on everyone's heartstrings of the 5 decades Ron Owens was on the air, and now he's got struggles, and please give us money for his struggles. I think it was Mom. Michelle says...
collab.
Go ahead.
Well, just, the Michelle, like, saying it was a collaboration. I kind of... that is plausible, because like, there's this whole idea of like bringing
with just
these things together, and then even washing it through some sort of like, you know, AI thing or whatever to like polish the language or whatever. It's like, sure, yeah, that totally stands to reason.
Laura's writing tends to be far more reactionary and charged, and Mama is more staid, and you see that in their personalities too. So Laura's writing is far more inflammatory and flamboyant in style, and Jan's tends to be far more reserved and less pushy. There's still, you know, elements of manipulation here because, well, we think the funds here are for ill-gotten things. And Rich Lieberman, I don't know if he's retired, but a former colleague of Ron Owens at KGO Radio in San Francisco, who has his own channel. Hi, Rich. He's talked about his conversations with the Owens family in the last several months. And he finally figured out they were giving him the runaround and not the truth, too. So we believe that this GoFundMe isn't what it says it's for.
Well, I'm sure that they're going to like try and play it as this, we need all this money for like we needed this for the Parkinson's, but now we had to redirect this to legal matters. But now someone had to need refund the Parkinson's. Like, it's a smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
Yes. Well, it's all, I like to call it a pity grift. Because really, that's what it is. And Ducky,
sounds like a family.
Ducky is absolutely right. Jan has no problem asking people for money. Well, Ducky put Jen, but she means Jan. We know who Ducky is talking about. Jan Black, a.k.a. Elizabeth Ann Naylor Owens, Mama Owens. She wrote her brother. Did we talk about this last time? Probably not. She wrote to her brother who runs the Naylor family estate, or what's left of it. Her brother, Jan's brother, Mark, and his husband do lots of sort of artsy-fartsy philanthropic stuff in Albuquerque.
Okay.
And so he runs the estate and what's left of it. And multiple times, I want to say 3, maybe 4 times, I forget. I read some of the emails back and forth. Jan wrote to her brother asking for money. And it was, we just need to borrow this to hold us over till Ron gets his pension, or this happens, or that happens. You know, the implication was that it was a loan, not a gift. And so as the bankruptcy happens, her brother kind of chimes into all this and says, by the way, you owe me like $150,000.
Holy shit.
Or whatever that number was. It seemed maybe it was 130 something. So I don't know. Maybe the GoFundMe was to start paying the brother back. It could be that too. Either way, they have money problems. Wow. They have no money. What little they get in his pension, which is not a bad sum of money, he makes in all of his, you know, post-retirement stuff, about $21,000 a month.
Gee, I just don't know how somebody can, you know, exist on that.
Yeah, and they're squandering it everywhere else. So they are living beyond their means, and then they've applied for multiple HELOCs and mortgages and loans and this, that, and the other. they are spending it faster than they could even hope to bring anything in. I think, and Big Tiff Dog, who someone made a comment earlier about a stream Tiff did. Tiff does a lot of the financial analysis. She works in that arena. She has said in Lauren Knighty's stream when they were last talking about finances, one of them, it might not have been the most recent, but in the last couple of months, they have been overspending since the 1990s by a lot. They were underwater on their San Francisco house, which sold for a little over $3 million. When they bought the Scottsdale house, which was valued at about $990,000, they took out loans for that. And they've taken out several loans. Some of those loans are co-signed by the oldest daughter and her husband. So, and out of that, and because they were having difficulty getting co-signing, I'm on tangent mode today. I'm going to bring this up
This
too.
is how we roll.
I know. And everyone just has to hear my noisy keyboard clacking away. As a result of kind of the financial woes of what was happening with the family and trying to get, additional loans, Laura and maybe her sister, we don't know if her sister is involved in this. We don't know if her sister knows about it. Laura Owens started a new company called Keybacker. And the vision is simple yet revolutionary, to unlock the door to home ownership and equity access for those who have been turned away by the traditional financial system. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
This is right up there with that other website that we've been talking about offline about.
Yes, a certain person trying to swindle people financially with property.
Yeah.
I know.
This stinks just like that. Oh, yes. That's delightful. Thank you for that.
This journey began with sisters Laura Owens and Sarah Navarro Owens, whose personal encounter with the daunting barrier of securing a co-signer for a home loan revealed a widespread challenge. For many, this isn't just a minor setback, but a formidable blockade that puts the dream of owning a home or accessing its equity out of reach. Come on.
Okay. Yeah.
Come on. See, there she is. There she is. And there's sister. What I find interesting is that her older sister actually looks younger than she does to me. Don't you think?
I mean, she looks a hell of a lot healthier, to be honest, but yes.
Yeah, well, I think Laura looks healthier in this one, too, but this is a several years old picture, as far as we know. But they ostensibly went so far as to make shirts, or is that Photoshop with a logo on it? I'm not totally sure. Okay, wear a white shirt and we'll put the logo on later. I don't know.
I don't want to zoom in that far and look at details because...
Well, we don't need to know that much. So, neither of them have financial backgrounds, and supposedly this business venture was registered in the state of Delaware, and it's been delinquent as a business. They haven't made all the proper filings. This is what I haven't researched this myself. Some other creators have talked about this more extensively, and that's what they discovered. Was this Keybacker story by Laura and Sarah Owens looks a little bit shady. That's just everyone's opinion, I think, so far. So there you go. But yes, isn't that funny? So we we have problems getting more money that we don't have. So let's start our own company to get money that we don't have.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is that smell? That doesn't pass the sniff test. Not to me.
Yep. Nope.
So I think other parts of that website, they are looking for, financial backers. And I think that there was something funny they say in it, that if it doesn't say red lights for you, where is it? I'm just going to dive into it a little further. I'll bring it back. Let's be thorough. Why not?
Sure, why not?
You don't mind. Keybacker is a transformative platform that connects individuals struggling to secure home loans or access home equity with empathetic investors ready to offer support as co-signers. By fostering this unique partnership, we aim to make home ownership and equity access achievable for many who face barriers in traditional financial avenues. In other words, they get denied, maybe? Oh, let's see. How does it work for borrowers? Let's talk about investors. Well, I don't know. Let's see. If you're dreaming of buying a home or accessing equity, but find yourself without a qualified co-signer, we might be your solution. You share your story, financial goals, and the challenges you face. What?
That's
I
just
wish
fluff
to own a house.
bullshit talk. Yeah.
Our platform then matches you with investors who understand your situation and are willing to help by co-signing your loan. As an investor, you have the unique opportunity to review stories of potential borrowers. This personal insight allows you to choose whom you invest in, setting your own interest rates and terms. It's a way to make
Right.
meaningful
Yeah.
impact while
Okay.
also returning on your investment.
Yeah, that's exactly how that works. But yeah, okay. Continue to try and blow smoke up my ass.
Oh, let's see. There was something about vetting in here that I giggled and cackled for a little while. Oh, it just goes on forever and ever and ever. Oh, let's see what happens. Oh, here we go. What happens if a borrower defaults? Well, defaults are rare due to our thorough vetting process.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
We have strategies in place to handle such, including reserve funds and strategic partnerships for financial counseling to support borrowers. Additionally, legal avenues are pursued as a last resort to protect them. Make it stop.
Oh
Make
my
it stop
God.
this insanity. See, someone else who you were just referencing, offline, wasn't quite so diabolical. I don't think they had quite so many brain cells working in their favor to be quite so conniving and methodical in their pitch.
Not to the same degree, but I mean, the theme is there. But I mean, the LO version of this is very much like,
It reads
yeah.
Ponzi schemes to me, in my opinion.
I mean, there's all sorts of schemes. I just
It has
the
that feel. Give
legal
us
remedy
money. We
thing.
access money.
Yeah, and like the legal thing was that a David the dipshit sort of like was he
This is
supposed to
before
be like
him.
this was before? Okay, well
This is
then
before
like
him.
okay. 'Cause, I mean that sounds like some bullshit that he would probably try too. You know, oh let
I
me
think
get in on the grift, sort of thing. But
I think they
okay.
started setting this up in 2021. So, which, if I'm not mistaken, I saw some of the documents for the Delaware incorporation, which I don't know why Delaware. It didn't make sense to me. There must be some
Delaware
pretty
is
lax
super
laws.
business. It's extraordinarily business friendly. So a lot of companies that operate nationally incorporate themselves in Delaware because of how friendly it is towards business and operations and regulations and all that fun stuff.
Less legal red tape, in other words.
More or less. I mean, again, just
See, this
commenting
is why
on
you're
the
here.
side. I'm not a professional, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, Delaware is a very, very common state because of to incorporate and operate a business out of for the ease of the business operation stuff.
Oh, let's see. South Florida Thrifter says, this sounds so hot. Scam and cheese? Scam and cheese? Is that what that is? I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't pass the sniff test, like we're saying.
Yep.
All right, so that was a little digression. I couldn't help it. We needed a little digression about finances because I haven't talked about the latest financial news yet.
Yeah.
Okay, with where we were at earlier, talking about her losing her legal backing, legal backing.
Lol.
There was a nice Latin phrase, and whenever I see Latin phrases, I want to talk about Latin phrases. So we've got to talk about. Oh God, it went away. Every time I switch windows, it just goes away. Stop it.
Don't you know how to use computers? Jesus.
No, I just keep trying to click stuff around, and then StreamYard goes, no, I don't want to. So then I have to, bring it all up and just reshare it, and then it's fine. It's just weird that way. So they finished off with the phrase that she's resuming in forma pauperis. So I had to look it up. And it's the legal term allows individuals to proceed in court without the usual litigation costs due to financial hardship. The status ensures access to justice for those unable to afford legal expenses. So let's see, is there pauperis, as a pauper. So indigency. I'm going to stumble on that word now. Everyone else is. So because she has no money, that's how she gets to proceed, as opposed to being pro se. Although that could turn into that if she runs through a bunch of public defenders. I pity the fool. I mean, that's when public defenders don't make enough money is when they come across Laura Owens, I think.
I mean, pity the fool that has to do the public defender. I mean, it's righteous work, like obviously, like do the needful, but holy hell to
Yeah.
stand up, like, for basically randoms that you don't know, and like you're just kind of doing this because you're on the county tax dime or something. It's just like, holy crap. And this is extra. This one would be extra, like, I don't know, somebody needs to fund their alcohol fund or something after this, because holy crap, I can't imagine walking away from this case as a public
Yes.
defender and not being, scarred for life, basically.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Karen says about the keybacker, basically a private lending scheme. Yes, which is how they got their Airbnb house, essentially. The seller was letting them sort of self-finance. Even though when Laura was soliciting Clayton Eckert to find her properties, she claimed to have $400,000 in a money marketing account, which I think was perhaps, in my opinion, a fraudulent instrument, claiming they had money to put down on a house. That's but that's an opinion.
Did they potentially or allegedly forge some statements and documents to reflect that they had that kind of wealth?
There are some documents to that effect in the Eckert case. Some of the early stuff where she was approaching him as a real estate agent. And there was this little form. It didn't have names on it, but it said money market account, $400,000. And it looked like there was a recent transaction of a deposit of 1,000 something. I looked at it the other day. No identifying information to what the financial institution was that I could tell. And it looked like just a generic form thing with some numbers on it that made itself appear that it was a financial instrument. So I think there's some stuff there. I don't know if the state of Arizona will pursue that, but it could be part of the 7 felonies. I mean, she's being brought up on so many fraud charges. It's like, well, where do you stop?
Yeah.
Can we just have an
stacking
umbrella? Okay, fraud 1, fraud 2, and you just number them rather than define them.
Basically.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're all making these things out of like Word or something like that, and just like
It looked like it almost looked like an old fax or something. It was so low res. I'm like, oh, this is obviously not a recent image she was using to say, oh, we've got money ready to go, to sort of lure him into finding some property for them. Yeah. But they found a piece of land and a house on it that hasn't gotten some of the best ratings necessarily. The seller self-financed, which I think was probably the dumbest thing to do, but there could have been problems with the house and they had difficulty selling. As we know, looking at houses.
And in my in my less than humble opinion, self-financing and all of that stuff, stupid. Anybody listening, literally never, ever, ever do that.
It's a huge risk.
And
you have no way out.
Yep. Nope. You're absolutely completely trapped and fucked if something goes sideways. Literally never do that.
Yeah, and then the best you could hope for is getting some sort of judgment in a civil case, if you're lucky.
If you're lucky to get the judgment alone, and then like, what are you going to do? Squeeze blood from a fucking turnip? Like, no, it's not a thing. Like, as we're clearly learning with all of this stuff with this bitch, like, okay,
the family that frauds together. So it seems
goes bankrupt together.
Well, mom and dad were bankrupt, and then someone filed for indigency. So there you go.
Yeah.
No, we don't have commingled finances in this family. Not at all.
Not at all. Yeah, no, of course not.
Yes, that was the other thing. Oh, I think I said it. Her judgment debtor exam is the same day as the December 2. So
wow, it really is going to be quite the. So do I just need to like block out that entire afternoon and
it might be helpful. Although, hey, Rob may get some of that stuff. I don't like to double down too much on the same things everybody else does because it just gets a bit much. So I let them talk. Maybe I'll come along later. Maybe I get in front of them and I get it first, which doesn't happen often. Everyone's popping on lives the second something happens on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. Lauren Knighty is so quick on it. It's like, oh my God, Lauren just got this, and oh look, she's going live. It's like, well,
Lauren is pretty on top of that. I props
she's
to
amazing.
her. Like I follow now after getting involved with doing these co-streams and stuff, and it's just like I
She's on it.
I do not have the bandwidth to follow all the things, and I'm just like, oh, there's Lauren again. Cool. Yep, you're on it.
She might
Bingo.
give you some tips for your Jeep.
That's fine.
What she drives a muscle car. What was it? Was it a Mustang or was it something else? Chad, if you remember what it is Lauren drives, she's got a muscle car she had since I guess the end of high school or something like that. So, you know, ask lesbians how to trick out your Jeep would be my advice.
I mean,
but there you go.
the moment that I got a Jeep, some of my friends were accusing me of
Tiff!
converting to lesbianism. So yeah. Anyway.
Big Tiff Dog in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Tiff. Thanks for popping in. Keybacker is an entire illegal scam. You have that from the financial expert, folks. There you go. Thanks,
there
Tiff.
it is.
We love it. Speaking of financial scams, there's more. There's more.
Oh,
okay, here's
say.
if this is news to you folks, it's breaking news. I'm not going to hit the breaking news button. Let me switch the tabs to this one. We've got movement in the bankruptcy case with mom and dad. And guess what happened? Oh, here we go. Are you ready?
Oh, they're trying
Comes
to dismiss,
now Edward
but
J.
let's go.
Manny, the trustee in the above captioned Chapter 13 proceeding, and states that the debtors failed to respond to the trustee's request for corrective action. Dumb. Where's my button, damn it? Is it that one? Nope. Crap, where's it's gone! Oh, I've been screwed again. That'll work.
The Willem stream is always okay.
Found it. It's moved. Thanks Stream Deck for moving that over to the next page when I didn't ask you to. See, I'm still dunging out all of the Windows Update hiccups. It's just driving me crazy.
Yeah, blame Windows. Okay, go ahead.
I will.
But please continue. Yeah, all right.
You haven't seen that stream where it was going to hell, did you? Because Windows messed with all of my internet settings and speed settings and choked me down so much I was dropping every other word on the... I was only getting like 1.2 megs upload speed. It was horrific. Horrific.
Yeah, you never told me about any of that, and a fruit-based computer may not have that same problem, but please continue with your little thingy here. That's fine.
Why don't you just work for Apple? I mean, for Christ's sake, just make the move. Just do it.
I ought to get
You are such a
fucking
fanboy.
commission.
You just need to make the move.
Yeah, because it just works.
Well, it's funny. Who was I telling that years ago to? Maybe it was our mutual friend down south, who you're still trying to get to move over. And I was being convinced to move back to Windows because it's just so flexible and you can build things on your own. Then I made the joke of, but the thing just works. You don't have to dick with the Apple stuff. You plug them in, you turn them on, and they work.
Kind of just work, yeah.
Unless you're in my work office, in which case they're so old they don't work, and we'll talk about that off camera.
That's your employer.
Expertise.
I may need your expertise.
Yeah,
fine.
Someone couldn't access some stuff online, and it became a crisis because we cannot work proactively in our office. It has to all be reactionary. But I digress. Again, this will be an evening full of hump day digressions.
Won't it though? Yeah.
Karen wants all of the family discounts. Mr.
Family or family?
Family and friends. Oh, well, if you can't stay long, Tiff, that's great. I'm glad you just popped in and said hi and just reminded us how much of a scam Keybacker is. Let's carry on with what's happened in bankruptcy.
Yes.
Pursuant to local rule that and all of that and stuff and shit, debtor must file all unfiled returns. Debtor has failed to file 2023 and 24 tax returns and a 12, 24, 325, 625 TPT state and provide the trustee 2024 federal tax returns within 30 days of filing. As of the date of this motion, the debtors failed to comply with the tax requirement of the stipulated order confirming the plan. The debtor's plan payments are delinquent $31,200. To date, no motion to extend time to comply has been filed to resolve these issues. The trustee will lodge an order dismissing this case if the debtor fails to do one of the following things in 30 days of the mailing of this motion. Resolving the issues listed above, requests a hearing. The debtor files a notice of conversion to Chapter 7 with the court and serve a copy on the trustee. Tick-tock. Tick-tock, Family Owens. So this could get kicked.
This might be the biggest sinking of a particular entity than the Titanic, for crying out loud. This whole
The whole
family is
family's
just
going
like,
down. And we haven't, this is the funny thing, we haven't heard a peep from the sister.
it's probably because she's maybe smart.
I think she's smarter. Some people have thought maybe she's the accomplice in Laura's schemes. Possible. I don't think so. If she is, she's the smartest one out of all of them, because everyone else, either in body cam footage or in the things they do, inserts their foot in their mouths eventually. Mom's yammering on, dad yammers on, and it's like, whoa, oh boy, they're just telling everything. But Sarah and her husband being co-signers, I don't know what that does for them. If I wondered what would happen in the Chapter 13 anyhow, since they co-signed on at least one or two loans. Tiff is probably gone already, but she could confirm how many loans that sister and her husband co-signed on for them to get HELOCs and mortgage things and that kind of stuff. It was more than one thing, it seemed to me.
I wanted to say that there were, and I'll leave this to the experts, of course, to comment, but like I can't, 13 is a restructuring. It's not
Yes.
expunging debt. So it's trying to restructure said debt.
Yes.
And there are certain things that are exempt from being completely
Correct.
pulled out from underneath you. I can't remember if like primary home is one of them. So I mean,
It
but
can
like
be, yeah.
it potentially can be exempt, or it can be included. I mean, if there's like 12 HELOCs on this thing, which those lenders are fucking stupid if they're not paying attention to like, you know, the rest of the portfolio that's going on and not underwriting it appropriately. But like, so 13 protects a home. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Karen. And then like, because there was a point in time in my life where I was considering, like, I was so fucking broke that I was considering bankruptcy, and
Oy.
it was suggested that if I were to do that, that I needed to take a job as a delivery driver, paper route, something that required my car, because if that debt of my car, but if that was my link to my primary employment, then the car itself would have been exempt and not put as part of the rest of the portfolio of financial things to try and offload and everything. So there are certain categories of things that simply don't qualify for that. Or they're not part, they become exempt from it because it's
Sure.
part of like your ongoing thing.
Yeah.
So
Although
maybe
we keep
this is all
we
part
keep
of it.
hoping that they'll, cash out the assets that they haven't properly claimed yet. So, there's a lot of money that they owe people. Well, it's millions of bucks now. What is it? 2 point something, I think. It was a large chunk of money they owe people. And it just keeps getting bigger with every court case that falls into the youngest daughter's lap. So it's like, what's the matter with you people? And then she has the unmitigated gall to go filing more restraining orders in various places. It's just, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That's that doubling down and like pushing into the playbook thing of like trying to do the extortion, basically. That,
Yes.
like I've said in previous live streams that I've been on here, this is a very similar thing to what happens in my profession in information security. It's just, these are the common playbook type stuff that happens, and they double down into these things and they keep pushing into it, and they're so far into it, the whole to do, that it's like, okay, well, they don't have any choice but to continue to see it through, because unwinding everything would be far more detrimental to the overall scheme that they're trying to pull versus like needing to see it through to the end.
Right. And Tiff says 2 open mortgages right now, 4 total. Jesus. It's not wild.
What are these fucking lenders looking at in order to say like, oh yeah, that looks good. Okay. Yeah. What the?
I would imagine that there were some things.
Well, maybe the
filing
fabrication of those fucking
applications,
documents. Yeah.
Yeah, I suspect there was some Harry Carey, but that's just my suspicion. Thanks, Tiff. You're amazing. maybe sometime we'll have to have you on the stream too, and you can set us all straight. Money things and numbers, I won't lie, go over my head, which is why I like, sort of the modern era of a bank account where you've got all of your ins and outs and your running balance. I'm not balancing a checkbook anymore because it's all there on all. I find it funny that people still balance a checkbook because I can't keep a more accurate count than I know where I've more or less used my card and other things. So it does better than I do.
I balance my checkbook in the form of a budget.
And it, if you want to kind of allocate some things or decide some saving, but other than that, I'm not writing stuff. I don't know who's running a check register by hand anymore. It's just crazy.
I saw one, as I was going through boxes in my garage and shit like that, I saw one of my old checkbooks and was flipping through it. And I'm like, oh, this is the time that I actually went and did all this stuff. That's cute. That's cute that I actually needed to do that once upon a time.
I like this, Karen. I have a betting pool in my office about which one of them is fleeing to Mexico first. Jan and Laura and Sarah. We know Ron is going to be dumped into a care facility. Oh, I know. That man is going to get just ruined by his women. It's sad, but you can't say that he's totally not to blame. I mean, we can give him grace for his medical conditions, which aren't totally of his doing. So, but
if it truly is Parkinson's, that's definitely
for 20 some years.
That's well outside of his control. So,
he even had a brain e-stem surgery many years ago. It was pretty cutting edge, and I suspect they blew a boatload of money on that, where they could, e-stem parts of the brain with various external control. And there was a podcast where Laura and Jan talk about they can speed up his speech or slow it down. It's just amazing what they can do. And I went, well, maybe not quite that much, but there are some interesting things they've done on the guy. Maybe somewhat experimentally at points, but
if you got that kind of money and access to stuff, then
I think at the time they did. He was still working.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see. Let's look at other chats here. More from Tiff. There's nothing wrong with filing bankruptcy. The problem with Ron and Jan is they are grifters and overspenders. Here.
Yeah. So the sin there is going and spending yourself into oblivion and then trying to file 13, of just trying to expunge it. It's spend, and then delete. Spend, and then delete. That's the cycle that's kind of offensive.
Yeah. 2.6 million in the hole, Tiff says.
Wow.
And then, Tiff, if you ever want to pop on sometime when I'm live, send me an email. My email's in the page, the community tab page. Send me an email and I'll send you the usual link, and you can pop on whenever you want. I'm happy to do that. All my co-creators. I just want open door for everybody. So Bruce has one. I haven't given one to Lauren yet because, well, I thought she was going to ask for one, but she didn't when she popped in the other day. Anyhow, feel free to send me a note, Tiff, and I'll send you a studio link. And whenever you like, you can give us the latest financial updates on the Owens Insanity.
So, Tiff, I may have a little bit of insider info on this because in a previous life, I was an insurance agent and worked for an insurance agency and understand
I'm learning things.
A lot of the concepts about underwriting and policies and all of that stuff. I'm one of those weird people that, as much as I'm kind of some may accuse me of being a troglodyte with my Jeeps and trucks and shit like that, I actually can read contracts and all that fun stuff. So I understand how underwriting works and group shared pool, risk pools and all that fun stuff are. So it might be an interesting conversation to have with you about this particular case and how they've gone and done all these things. Cause the financial / insurance thing. I hate insurance companies. I worked for one as an agent and they're all bullshit and I fucking hate them. And I hate that they're such a necessity. But I'm happy to share notes and, from the balcony here on the background, I have to, I can certainly go down said rabbit holes with folks and love to do so.
Excellent. And Tiff says she'd love to do a stream together soon. Anytime, yes. Tiff. Absolutely anytime. You're always welcome, as is anybody else in the community that does things like you do. And Lauren, and I I want to lure Omar on too, but one thing at a time. Have a good night, Tiff. Thanks for dropping
Sleep
by
well.
and
Have a good night.
leaving us some good tidbits. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh, let's see. 2.6 million debt when people are going hungry or homeless. I know, isn't it gross? But that's who these people are.
That's exactly
They relied
who
on
they
their
are.
celebrity and so much for so long to sort of hold them over that now it's run out. Okay, now on to our final tidbit for the day.
Ooh.
It's time for, I didn't have
because
time
I'm running out of booze, so you got it. We
I
need
know.
to.
Well, we'll wrap it up here with some GingerBites.
Excellent.
Some GingerBites. Oh, I'll move it over that way. And I've got a little bug buzzing around here. Go away, bugs. It's that time of year. So we have more GingerBites of David Gingras's
The fucking douche canoe.
latest ramblings.
David the dipshit.
I keep trying to string more onto that, but it gets so cumbersome. I give up on it. It's just unfortunate. So just to demonstrate that this does in fact exist on his blog page, here's a quick flash. See, there's a flash. They are here. Here they are. But we're not going to read them straight off the page because I don't trust that man. He likes to erroneously copyright strike people. And I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of, you read everything off my blog without giving me, I'm going to copyright strike you and trying to, because
Copyright strike this. Copyright this, you fucking asshat. But anyway,
Get a
please continue.
screenshot of that, everybody.
Do it.
So
Anyway.
let's see. Let me get the order correct. Okay, that is proper. So the newest one will be the latest, the lastest. And let's just read some nice chat GPT summaries of David Gingras's latest ramblings. Not because he's very interesting per se, but we just like to peek in. Some of his last ones, he fired quite a few shots at Omar Serrato, the very talented and amazing tilted lawyer. He's fired shots off at just about everybody else. He hasn't named me directly, but he doesn't spend much time figuring that out. I'm hiding.
In plain sight. It's delightful.
Hiding in plain sight. But see, this is why I didn't go file a bar complaint for him, because that would just, it would be like handing all of my stuff over to my future doxers, and I'm not going to do it. He's just going to have to spend the time and give me the watch hours to get anything. Thinking. So this is his first blog post from November 17th, 2025. What does not well-grounded mean? And here is your summary from ChatGPT. We will give ChatGPT credit. I'm not sure who owns it, but it does good enough for us in these purposes. Is that a Microsoft product?
No, it's OpenAI. They're the entity that owns ChatGPT.
Oh, sure. I've seen that name. I should know that. But it's like, well, who owns that? Is that Microsoft?
Microsoft is a significant investor in OpenAI as an entity, but they are their own standalone business entity.
Oh, Karen questioned him about the Domino's receipts and he blocked me. I know nothing about Domino's receipts. That's funny. Oh, he got the Meyerdas touch. Okay, sure. No, Donna, you didn't miss a whole lot. No, we're how far into this thing are we? Where's my counter? We're in an hour
20.
and 19 minutes and 50 some seconds, according to the counter. Some stuff has happened. We talked about all kinds of things at the front end. We talked about the loss of legal representation until she gets a public defender. We've talked about some of the bankruptcy stuff and a few digressions along the way. By all means, go back and start at the beginning because it's a very good place to start, as the song goes. Mm-hmm. So let's see. What does not well-grounded mean? Written by David Gingras. This is where I think I need some background music, and I don't have any queued. Damn it. Okay, note to self. Although, maybe I can find something. Do we need some background music for some of this? What do you think?
Maybe in the future.
So you're saying I should pass?
You do you. This is your stream.
I don't know. Can I find it really fast?
Can
let's see.
How fast can I finish the scan?
Oh, I don't know. Can you finish it quickly?
No. I can't drink bubbles very quickly.
Okay, never mind. It doesn't want to find those files for some reason. Forget it. I'll figure that out later. Yep. Bullet point number 2. Gingras is defending himself against claims by the Arizona State Bar that some of his arguments are not grounded in law or fact. Just like the appellate court when he failed at Owens v. Eckerd. That's what they told him when he tried to appeal the ruling of the court that found Laura Owens was not only not pregnant, but she's a big fat liar. And he tried to appeal it, and their response was a little bit longer, but it pretty much said, your statement, or what was it, your appeal, I think it was about Rule 26, wasn't it? And his argument, they said, was not based in law or fact. So it was quite a slam by the appellate court. And then again by the Supreme Court. It was pretty funny. He argues that the appellate court's statement about his not well-grounded Rule 26 argument, there we go. Okay, I should have just kept reading.
Yeah, you were good. That was nice segue.
God, I didn't even get that far visually. And see, it's all in my head. I just can't unsort it very well. Let's see. His not well-grounded Rule 26 argument is vague and unsupported. The judge did not explain which facts or legal arguments were ungrounded, because a practicing attorney should know, because they should understand law and how law functions, which, for reasons I cannot fathom, he doesn't seem to be able to do. It's just, for his mode of function is, no one agrees with me, you're all doing it wrong. So it's totally narcissistic logic, if there is such a thing. I don't get it. Gingras believes there is tons of case law backing his position, and that the court simply ignored it instead of analyzing why it doesn't apply. Because the bar is now using the court's vague language to bring ethical charges, Gingras suggests the judge, Garye Vasquez, I'm going to get it wrong. Garye Vasquez should be compelled to explain under oath what he meant. Yes, because David's going to get to depose a sitting judge, please. Gingras frames the situation as an example of how appellate courts sometimes reject legal arguments not by engaging with them, but by disregarding them, which he sees as problematic, especially when it leads to bar discipline. So that's the summary for number one, folks.
Well, if anything, like if the underpinning arguments that he's making aren't founded, then it doesn't matter anything else that goes on. Like everything else, like if it's built, to borrow a metaphor from our shared past, if it is a foundation that is built on sand,
it will wash away.
The rest of the house is fucking worthless.
The wise man builds his house upon the rock. Okay. God.
Yep.
Oh boy. Hey, look, a PTSD trauma moment.
We had a trauma moment there.
That might be that might have to be for Fuck It Friday.
Maybe.
We might have to give Laura Owens a break unless something major happens to the end of the week, and do a trauma bonding stream. I've got something for you that will make you twitch. It's old. Well, it's old now. It wasn't old when I saw it. From 2008, some good Mormon culty brainwashing.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, a big youth thing that was recorded and televised and was on DVD for many years, and it still sits on the internet. And it'll make you,
Thank you.
It'll make you twitch.
That's gonna keep my therapist and my psychiatrist gainfully employed for the next while. So
I would want nothing less for them. I would want nothing less.
Okay.
It's fun to poke holes in them, and sadly, a young David Archuleta was not cast in it.
Oh, bless his little gay heart.
Because he was the right age when it happened. So I think he passed on that, or he was already out doing the Mormon. I'm not sure. I would have to do the math. Anyhow, 2008 was when it was made.
We need to unpack that.
It's long. And we could either stick to just the musical portions or get into some of the spoken words where Jeff Holland really lays into it, and some others.
Oh dear God.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's ripe with picking to pieces. So we might have to have that for a snarky gays bitching segment.
Yeah, an FAFL Friday.
Yeah, for sure.
Interesting. Okay. Anyway, let's continue with point two.
So clear your calendar.
Jesus Christ.
Right.
I'm going to need another leave of absence from work for this. Yeah, about to say, like I need to go. It's time to go to Costco.
Does it come in 5-gallon jugs?
Yeah. We're just hit up the duty free up north and our lovely neighbors of Canada.
Oh my God. Oh my
I
God.
know.
They should thank us. Okay. Item number 2. And this is the most recent one, folks, from November 18th. So just yesterday. And this is the other reason I decided not to hop on last night. I saw this one pop up, and I actually did read a little bit more of it directly, but I went, oh, God, it's just more of the same whining and bitching. So again, here's your Chat GPT summary of how not to practice law, moving to withdraw. I think it was a little bit of a swipe at somebody. Is this the one where he swiped at Omar? Hang on just a second. Hold, please, while I just skim through this. Okay. No, it's just him
okay.
droning on. What?
I was just jamming out. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. When I hit the hold music, you never know how long it's going to be for. It'll
That's
just
true.
loop indefinitely. It's not a series. This is where I'll make fun of ChatGPT. It's not a series. It's just David posting. And no, I will not be commenting on his video, his latest video. I'm just not going to indulge him any further. This is all he's getting. Unless there's something so egregious that I just can't help myself and everybody else is talking with it. So, he can't fire at all of us all at the same time. A little self-preservation. ChatGPT says, this is part of a how not to practice law series. No, it's not. Where Gingras reflects on common mistakes and how to do things properly. And I'm going to share with you the conversation I had with ChatGPT following this, because I said, no, you don't quite have this right. It continues in the next bullet point. He begins with a personal anecdote, meeting a former lawyer who left the profession, and I think was working as like a doorman or something, some silly thing, which prompts him to think about exiting the practice himself. He emphasizes a basic procedural point. You must file a notice of appearance before doing anything in a case. Duh. Because many courts require a formal appearance. Thank you, Captain Obvious. On withdrawing, moving to withdraw. Gingras strongly warns that when you ask the court to let you withdraw, you must be very cautious about what you disclose. This might have been talking about yesterday, I think, and Laura losing her representation. In Arizona, and similarly in California, there are ethical rules, ER 1.6, that limit what you can say about your client when withdrawing. Sure. Attorney-client privilege. Know those good things like that? Yep. In Arizona, Gingras says, the rule is extreme. You often can't disclose any client details without the client's consent. He had no problems disclosing things on his YouTube pages about his client and Owens v. Eckert. He took them down at long last, but we still have access to them. I know where I can get them. I haven't asked for any yet because I just don't want to transfer files, but I know where I can get them, and if we really want to talk about his silliness, which that might be excessive at this point, because we should be pushing him out of the spotlight and off the stage, but he can't help himself. Just like his client.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The only safe language when moving to withdraw in Arizona is saying that professional considerations require termination of the representation. Anything more detailed can be a violation. He contrasts a bad example, a lawyer who overdisclosed everything in a withdrawal motion, with his own, more cautious example. In a California case, he limited what he said even though the rules there are a bit more permissive. I don't believe him, but that's just me. His takeaway, following the ethical rules exactly when withdrawing is not just a suggestion, it's essential. Not doing so can be malpractice. And then ChatGPT and I had a little bit of a conversation because, it likes to be helpful and says, do you want key takeaways? And I said to GPT, no, because David Gingras is facing Arizona bar discipline. There isn't likely any valuable lesson he can teach without being justifiably labeled a hypocrite. And the computer's response is, that's a fair reaction and an understandable one given the context of his ongoing discipline fight. When a lawyer is under active scrutiny, especially for issues tied to judgment, candor, or ethics, any how to practice law advice they offer is naturally going to feel compromised, no matter how technically correct some points might be. In Gingras' case, a lot of his recent writing is less about teaching best practices and more about defending himself, reframing events, or criticizing institutions. Yes, you are now correct, ChatGPT. It makes the didactic tone, particularly in the HNTPL series, come across as contradictory or self-exonerating rather than educational. And let's see what else. It made some other things. I like having these little conversations with the computers for some reason. And I say to it, his how to practice law is especially laughable in the Owens v. Eckerd matter when the Arizona Court of Appeals determined his argument was not based on law or fact. And then it says, yeah, that's exactly why the HNTPL series lands with such heavy irony. When a court already stated on the record that one of your key arguments was not based on law and fact, then turning and publishing how to practice law guides is going to look, at best, tone deaf, and at worst, unintentionally self-parodic. Anyhow, it goes on. It talks. It talks more, and that's about all I gave it.
You know what? An interesting thing you could add to this is if that appellate court that made all those decisions that he's disagreeing with in his blog post, you could take that PDF and you can drop it into the chat and have ChatGPT look at those things side by side and do the comparison, because it literally will.
I have done that before. Yeah. Mm-hmm. One of my earlier episodes. What was it? I can't remember what it was now. I'd have to go through all my videos. And I did have a back and forth. I think I was writing a song for something. And it was fighting me on a point I wanted to include in the lyrics, as I recall. And I said, no, this actually happened. Let me get you the document. And said, okay, sure. So I gave it the PDF and it says, oh, yeah, you're right. And I went, oh, this is creepy.
Yeah. So because I'm a nerd like this, I do subscribe to the Plus version of this. So you're welcome to give me some of these prompts and these sites, and I will gladly dump it in to get some of the more deeper reasoning things that ChatGPT offers and contribute. You know, maybe be a little more useful than just like your snarky sidekick here over in the...
I know. Well, you aren't the only one being snarky. South Florida Thrifter says, I don't think that me got the SWN. Spanish was not even my second language. I took a little bit of it in high school, and it's not going to be the first thing that pops into my head. I took German far more recently, and I did better at that than Spanish. So the Spanish jokes will land a little flat in my tiny little brain, but that's just the way it is. Maybe some German jokes might land a little bit better.
I mean, if we're going to go with the German thing, then there's a lot of Schadenfreude going on here.
Cousin Alex, which judge are we talking about is hot? Cousin Alex. Alex is the cousin to Megan Fox and was photographer at the Owens v. Eckerd case. So Megan brought family to take pictures. And Alex took some amazing pictures of everything happening there. Every once in a while, Megan shows them. But happy nuptials, Alex. And hope you're doing well. I know you had a short honeymoon. And I hope you get a long one sometime because you probably deserve it. Especially with family talking about this nonsense all the time. Once in a while, Megan brings her sister, who is an attorney, and they talk about the legal things, and they're a hoot. They are a goddamn hoot. We might have to watch some of Megan Fox's videos. Maybe if I send her a little note, she won't get too miffed. But just to have you react to them, looking at stuff and talking about this case, they're hysterical. And then they start singing, sisters, sisters, there were never such... It's like, oh, these are my people. These are my people. We know the old movies.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, it's too much. It's too
I
much.
definitely want to give a small shout out. Donna, thank you for remembering that song that Echoes and I regaled there with the wise man and the foolish man. Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Shared moments.
I'm diving for comments. Thanks, Donna.
Yep.
Let's see. Are there other comments that we should look at? I haven't looked at all of them yet. But that's okay. I think we're kind of at the end of this one. And not a moment too soon, I think.
Yep. I mean, an hour and a half in, I think we're... And
you've had probably way too much wine.
Or maybe not enough, and I'm just out.
Or, yes. Well, if there's any more happening, it'll happen here too, because, well, we all just talk at the same time about the same things. And sometimes we get some interesting new discoveries at the same time. Sometimes the psychic girlfriend has some fascinating takes on things. I was watching one earlier today, and I went, oh, okay. People are starting to talk about the new defense attorney. So he is named. We know who he is. I haven't mentioned him because, well, I think it's kind of pointless at this point. He hasn't done anything yet. So I'm going to wait till see what he does and see what happens next for Laura Owens and getting public defender representation. I think you will get lots of agreement here, Karen. Everyone should know lots of swear words in many languages.
I mean, I usually just stick to the English ones and use them profusely and liberally.
You are proficient at them. More so than
I do my best.
Some people take some people wear a few more pearls than I do, but words will slip and it's okay. We're all adults. We can filter things out and it's like, all right, people are using language. Freedom of speech, God forbid in this day and age. Okay, let's not get political. All right, everybody. I think that's enough for us this evening. Thanks for joining us. And make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons, all the things. We like to feed the algorithm here and so on and so forth. So until next time, be good or don't be good. The end of the week is nigh and it is coming soon. And I think we're going to have some fun set up for Friday. And we'll torture somebody with a little bit of reliving the past, perhaps. Or perhaps not.
No wonder you put me off screen. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. All right, everybody. Until next time. Bye.